Hey, what's up, guys? I know I haven't did a video in a while. Just been trying to make it happen. Just it is what it is, man. Excuse me, I don't know. I'm not supposed to touch my face, but all I have to ask: hit that subscribe, smash that like button, or dislike button, and hit that bell. And if you got any questions, comment. Uh, Still with Super T, and I noticed some people have been commenting, and watching my videos, or a particular video, and I noticed that a couple weeks back, probably it's been that a while, a couple weeks back, that a particular driver or new one into this career, if you want to call it career. Put on my glasses again so I can see the screen. It's coming to Super T. If you're already in, congratulations. You'll like it. I hope you have a good DM, because my DM's Rebecca Clark. She's good, and if you guys were looking into getting into Super T, even if you don't have a CDL yet, still look into Super T, because they have they pay your way to get your CDL. Supposedly, I've been hearing from other drivers that went through Super T to get their CDL, and they've been with them pretty much ever since. I talked to one gentleman about 3 weeks ago. Say gentleman, when I was out, where was it? Oh yeah, out here in Utah, because I'm in Utah right now. Finishing up my reset. My reset should be over about 6:30 or so, and 6:30 p.m. to tell you the truth. And going back on this guy, man, I got dry skin, ashy skin. I took a shower this morning. He's started with Super T, paid his way to get his CDL, and been with them for about 7 years, give or take a month or two. Again, excuse me, I'm gonna get some lotion for my ashy skin, if I can find it. And see if you can. But other than that, as I'm home, I was going to put my coffee maker away. That'd be good if you guys look in the Super T. If you don't have a way to pay your way to get the CDL. I don't know how they do it here at Super T. If they have a contract, they have to work so many months. Most companies that I would imagine, I'm still here. I would imagine most companies that if they pay your way, they usually have a contract. Maybe 6 months, 10 months, a year, whatever, 3 or 1. Call Super T first. I would imagine call Super T first. And talk to, see if I remember her name is Todd. That's the recruiter's name. Call and ask, because straight up tell, say, hey, I don't have my CDL. don't have any experience, blah blah blah, and she'll go your way because basically most of this stuff nowadays you have to fill everything out online. So fill out your applications, call Super T, and go from there. This is I have to say probably a mid-size, not huge company, because we don't, as I can tell, that they don't have tons of trailers and tons of trucks, and you're hooked up to the same trailer weeks on end. And as I understand, they mostly have West Coast freight, because I've mostly been staying on West Coast, not like literally on West Coast, but Western Regional. Occasionally I go out to the east, as far east as Virginia, the Carolinas, nothing in New York. I'm not, they're not paying me to do this. I'm just a simple average driver, or to say average guy. Excuse me, I gotta put lotion on my ashy skin. Now, I just want to try to give information to drivers that are out there, or new ones that are wanting to start out, because this is a recap on a review of one of my first reviews of this company. They're still keeping me running. Once in a while, you might you run on a lot of times on a lot of recaps, but technically, if you go by DOT, that you're sitting on the property of a customer, waiting to be loaded, or being loaded, or waiting to be loaded. You're supposed to be on duty. That's out of the mouth of a DOT officer. And if you want to look into this DOT safety book, 395, under hours of service, because personally I've seen this happen. Guys that, because if you fudge your hours, especially if you do it too many times to get pulled over, you will get a ticket. But other than that, don't let these dispatches coerce you to do anything illegally. Because if you sit here, catch them, and sitting there going, hey, technically I'm not supposed to do that. Because technically, when you're since they're pulling reefer, technically you're supposed to, when you go get it washed out, you're in line. And sometimes you be in line for over an hour to get a washout. At that time, when you're sitting there bumping forward, you're supposed to be on duty. Damn coffee. But other than that, I'm just if you got any questions, this adding on to this about certain things, comment below, and I can steer you to things or certain videos that will help you along, like YouTube was it? YouTube. Smart Trucking and Trucking Answers. That'll help you. They give you a lot more Form 101 about companies. Trucking Answers will give you trucking companies not to look into. But I noticed that videos he kind of gives you the reason why, but not really. But at the same time, he'll kind of gets you up to the door to look, but it's your job to look into the resources. And Smart Trucking is an old guy, not really an old guy, but he's been doing it for a while. He'll school you on some things, and which helps, to especially a lot of these the new guys that are coming up. That I'm not saying that I know everything. I'm not a smart trucker or a super trucker, although that says Super T on the side of my truck doesn't mean I'm a super trucker. I don't pretend to know everything. I'm an average guy trying to help out someone, or help out someone to come look where I'm at. You can make money. If you hustle, you can make roughly good $1,000 to $1,500 a week. If you play your money right, yeah, of course you have to get yourself health insurance and all that. But even then, if you run hard enough, you can earn some money, some cash. That's what it's about being out here. Is the bottom line is the bottom dollar. I want to advise to be a lease own, because you're basically paying the mortgage for someone else. Buy your own rig, straight out cash, whatever it takes. But if you think lease to own is a better option, reconsider. Do your homework. Read the fine print. Because not just I have my experience in that is not well, but my experience in knowing it, seeing these guys that do it, they get screwed. Because it's like seeing the hamster running that little Ferris wheel. That's all they're doing is running. And if a dispatch doesn't like you or doesn't like how you smell, they can give you crappy runs. So, but I think Super T has something like that. But do your homework on lease to own. Look into it. If you don't know the lingo, I have to say is that get someone that knows the lingo. Lingo as the words. Because I'm not saying that I know that I'm book smart, but I know if the garbage if it smells like garbage, it smells. It's garbage. But other than that, I'm not saying Super T is garbage, but there's companies out there like saying CRST, CR England, mega carriers like that. They don't know, as I know, roughly 8 out of 10 times they're not helping out the driver. Doesn't matter if he's a company or not. So it's up to you as a person. he or she to look into it, get the info. Doesn't matter if it's the regulations, how to knowing how to drive. Don't depend on just the school, because the school doesn't teach you everything. Because although I've been doing it for this for say 4 years now, roughly 4 years now, give or take a month. That I don't know all the regulations, because they're always changing. But at the same time, if you mind your P's and Q's, do what you gotta do as pre and post trip. Although it does not say really, as they say, don't hear where by mouth. Look into it. A lot of people say, oh, it doesn't say you need to do a pre-trip. Or it doesn't say you need to do a post-trip. Blah, blah, blah. This or that. Technically, as I know it, you're supposed to do a pre-trip before you hit the road. Because I've seen it happen that someone does not do a pre-trip, a walk around, check your connections, check your lighting, basically kick tires. You could do it, whatever how you do a pre-trip, do it. Because reason why I give you an example. I was out, I think it was either Arkansas or Texas, with my last company. Chilling. About doing my 10. Wake up early in the morning to start doing my pre. It was probably about 4 a.m., just give or take. A couple of the drivers are getting up, stretching, doing their thing, running in, getting some coffee or making coffee. Driver goes in of this company. I don't remember the company. It just is a regular company. It didn't have a name on the side of the truck or trailer, but he goes in. Assuming it was another driver, goes up to this truck that does not belong to him, because I know it wasn't him. Pulls the lever for the kingpin to unlock his kingpin. Basically unlock the trailer from the tractor, so when the driver comes back, does his pre-trip, supposedly his pre-trip, doesn't check his lever to see if it's been pulled or check his kingpin, blah blah blah. Decide to take off, pull to the driveway, and see his trailer do this for his tractor. Here's his tractor, here's his trailer. Then when he pulls away, and that's messed up. Because there's people out here that will do that. Because it's all right. I guess it's good to trust people, but don't always trust people all the time, because there's gonna be one turd that'll do something stupid. And the best way to do it, even when you're out on the road driving, don't trust everybody that knows how to drive. out here, my advice is number one is safety, because you're not just putting your own life in your own hands. You're putting everybody else on the road, their life in your own hands, because something could go wrong and you'll take out people. But I'm not saying that be the best drivers you can be. Be the best driver you can be. Safety, backing, pulling out of a spot, going down the highway, doesn't matter. Because I had a few bumps, a few fender benders, but I'm not saying it was my fault. At least one was. That was my first week ever driving. And I have to say, if you get that out of the way, you're fine. But try to have zero. But ever since then, knock on wood, I just had quite a few calls because the other drivers thinking that it was okay to block you as you're trying to get onto the highway or exit. Most of the close calls are from four-wheelers thinking that I'll keep you from doing something. Well, good luck, because you're playing chicken with an 80,000-pound vehicle. But going off on saying that if you guys are really looking into get something to a vehicle, driving as a career, try Super T. And see, I got a CB, and a lot of people are new drivers say, oh, CBs are obsolete. I don't like CBs because I hear a lot of stuff on the radio. Yeah, I can, out of everything that's been out as technology, as I'm heading on the highway, if I have that turned on and up where I can hear it, that has saved my life. Because you don't, with your cell phone, you don't know what's around the bend. And and how you can tell what's around the bend, because tell you the truth, as these wheels are moving and you're going 65 miles per hour, you're not supposed to be touching that cell phone. This, they don't care. Get a decent radio, get a decent setup, learn how to read maps, get a good CB, read maps. Navigation is good. It's a tool to help your job, but don't go by it, because I tell you why. This told me how many times it told me the wrong way, or to exit now, and there's no exit. So you got to pay attention on what you're doing. Don't stare at that navigation. Look out that window. Read the signs. Don't get yourself in a pickle. Because there's some companies don't allow you to call the customer, but a lot of times you can bring it up. But other than that, I'm just telling you all this to help you guys along, to think before you start going anywhere, or think while you're driving. Don't get fixated. Okay. Other than that, let me put on my hat here. So now that's a little bit better. So like, because this headset feels weird not having a hat on. And ask questions down below on things that if you're new, ask questions. As what you might need out on the road, certain things you could possibly use out on the road. Other than that, all I have to say is keep the rubber side down, the shiny side up, unless it's dirty. But other than that, do your homework. All right. Just get that experience. Ask questions, because I always tell people that there's not such things as stupid questions. If it's never asked, it is a stupid question. I'll try to answer them as the best as I can. So, other than that, guys, take it easy. This company is good company. Keep it running. Every company you might have a little bit of issue here and there, but the key, as I always say, is learn it, communicate right, and you got to have a good rapport with your dispatcher. Because even then, sometimes I don't communicate well or don't communicate at all. I got a little over 3 hours to go. Because good communication, to the point, without using any cuss words. And that reminds me, my request to y'all, keep the comments clean. Because if you watched any of my videos, or I got more than just one video. I got actually 2 channels, but this channel is most of my videos are on. Keep it clean, and no derogatory comments. No, I try not to either. You might see me now and then go on a rant. If you guys end up ever talking to Super T and coming in, especially if you contact Connie, tell her Truck 272 sent you. Should have known me by Wolf Bear. Wolf. She might know me by Wolf, but it's by Michael Sean. But I go by my native name, Wolf Bear. But other than that, God bless. God loves you, and I'm on most of my good days. I love everybody, And on a bad day, I love to hit someone. But I try not to let anybody get to me. Alright? So, you guys take it easy. Work hard. Because when you do this, we all do to earn money to support our family. Because I'm doing this to support my family. Although my wife doesn't like it when I'm out here constantly, but she understands that this is good money, decent money. And I'm trying to encourage her to come out here with me, but she doesn't want to because of her mom. But one day she will. Then she doesn't have to worry about me being a dirty dog. As being a dirty dog is beating up on. I'm just kidding. I don't beat up on people or get myself in trouble. And I'm not saying dirty dog by chasing women. I don't do that. No, because there's a reason why there's a ring on this finger. Because there's only one woman in my life besides my mom, and my mom is my mom, and my wife is the only one I go to sleep with. I don't want her to be mad at me and scalping me. But other than that, man, you guys take it easy. Remember, leave a comment, hit that subscribe button, punch that bell, and I always like to say is this: keep your chin up, shoulders back, walk with a swag. Unless you're in a fight, then tuck that chin in and power through, warrior up, and keep the nose clean.